So here we are in Washington, D.C. Hard for you to believe, isn't it? This is kind of part of my guide to Washington called the Tea Partier's Guide to Washington. But we're actually in the woods along the Potomac. You may actually see a fisherman here or there. We're in the woods along the Potomac, off the bike path along the C&O Canal. C&O stands for Chesapeake and Ohio because there was a system of streams and locks and mix of man-made and natural waterways stretching from Ohio to Maryland or to D.C., although D.C. might not have existed then, although there were houses here, that barges pulled ore and grain along to come to mills that were on the Potomac and Chesapeake rivers and the Severn and whatever other rivers there are along here, so that it could be refined. In Georgetown there are still condos around 33rd and K Street called things like Paper Mill and Flour Mill and Paper Mill Court that are named after the mills that used to be there. And it's April 5th, there's almost nobody down here. If you want to see an 8-minute tape a little closer than this shot of these, I think they're black ducks or geese or something. They're sitting there on these rocks sunning themselves. Occasionally one flies. Occasionally a big black helicopter flies over full of federales. Anyway, there should be a tape uploaded in my photo bucket and YouTube channels eventually, just of the birds. And you can see some flowering trees. It's April 5th, which is the anniversary of the day of the Martin Luther King riots, where a different section of the city was reduced to looking something like that, and only has become sort of gleaming glass cube lofts for six-figure federally funded yuppies who are lawyers and lobbyists and bureaucrats in the past 10 or 15 years, really the past 10 years. Before that, it still had some of that burnt out, destroyed character. It's a coincidence I didn't deliberately set out to make this tape on the anniversary of the MLK riots. Anyway, if you don't want politics, but you're somewhere where it's snowing or there's no nature, or you're in a space capsule on Mars or whatever, just turn off the sound and project my nature video on your big screen TV. We're near a boathouse off the bike path along the C&O Canal, where people park their cars before they go out on boats to go fishing. The water table is a little low here, so you're about to see a little bay that's kind of muddy and slightly dried up. In fact, there it is. And then beyond that is the boathouse in the parking lot. If we're really lucky, we won't see any people at all, although actually I see some coming. You know what? I might avoid them, though. I might actually go down and take pictures of the water, even though nothing's going on with the water, just to avoid the people. But I can't tell if the people are actually coming toward me yet or not. So here's a pastoral water view for you. Oh yeah, these are definitely noisy people. Noisy fishermen people. I think it's a husband, wife, and child. So we're going to go down here to the water, because I don't particularly want them in my video. I don't think they're going to do anything interesting. There's a little trash down here too. Along with the water. I don't have a lot of commentary, so I may put my radio headset on and let the tape run and not say anything.